Hello guys, welcome back in a new video. In this video, we are going to compare between the Russia and the Ukraine. So you know that nowadays there's a very big news about the Russia and the Ukraine crisis. So we are going to compare between these two countries, how about their powers, their militaries, and all the things. So let us start it without wasting any further time. So I'm Aman and you are watching Mohammed Aman. So let's begin.
We begin tonight with the breaking developments involving Russia and Ukraine.
Ganyan and Steve, it's hard to call this attack a surprise, right?
More explosions this morning, and we've seen two fighter jets flying.
Our top focus at this hour. Now, President Biden has announced a first tranche of sanctions against Russia.
So Russia versus Ukraine. Russia and Ukraine are the two of the largest countries in Eurasia. The neighbors were part of the 15 Soviet republics that made up by the USSR. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, Ukraine became an independent country and distanced itself from Russia. After Ukraine's 2014 revolution of dignity, which saw months-long protests ultimately tops pro-Moscow, Ukraine President Viktor Putin used the power vacuum to annex Crimea and back separatism in the southeastern province of the Donetsk and Luhansk. The ongoing fights there has killed more than 14,000 people, according to the Kiev's and the displaced military. Military capabilities of Russia and Ukraine. The Russian armed forces are one of the world's largest military forces, with around a million active duty personnel, which is the world's fifth largest, and at least 2 million reserve personnel. Russia ranks in the top 5 nations which spend most of their GDP on their military. According to the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute (SIPRI), Russia spent $61.7 billion on its military, which accounted for 10.4% of government spending. In comparison, Ukraine spent $5.9 billion on its military, which accounted for 8.8% of government spending. In a head-to-head comparison of the military capabilities of Ukraine and Russia, Russia outnumbers Ukraine in almost every aspect. According to the global firepower, Russia is the second most powerful country militarily, while Ukraine is ranked 22 out of 140 nations. Head-to-head military strength of Russia and Ukraine. Active personnel. Russia have 850,000 and Ukraine have 200,000. Paramilitary forces. Russia have 250,000, Ukraine have 50,000. Naval fleet strength. Russia have 605, Ukraine have 38. Military strength of Russia and Ukraine. Total aircraft. Russia have 4,173, Ukraine have 318. Firefighter aircraft. Russia has 772, Ukraine has 69. Helicopters. Russia have 1,543, Ukraine have 112. Military strength of Russia and Ukraine. Armored vehicles. Russia have 30,122, Ukraine have 12,303. Tank strength. Russia have 12,420, Ukraine have 2,596. Attack helicopters. Russia have 544, Ukraine have 34. Russia has a more military firepower than Ukraine, covering the land, air, and sea. Some analysts think a Russian attack would rely upon long-range weaponry such as a Cry missile to target key Ukrainian sites from distance. In recent weeks, NATO countries have been supplying Ukraine with additional lethal aid, such as the UK's provision of 2,000 anti-tank weapons. Yet, while these shipments are designed to make any Russian invasion costlier to them, few experts believe these weapons could change the immediate outcomes of a Russian attack. So this is the comparison between the Russia and the Ukraine military powers and their strength. subscribe this YouTube channel, so please subscribe it. And if you like the content, so please like this video.